on this computer. Well, hello, family. This is our December 10th family meeting agenda. We've already started in prayer. It's good to see everybody. What I did do is show a brief agenda, and let me know if you feel like this will be a good way to use our time together. So opening prayer, we've already done that. Our last meeting I did not record, so I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at it. But I think that I listen to when I type up notes, I listen to our video. I go through our stuff twice to make sure that I'm recording what we've decided accurately. But it still would be good for you guys to look at the notes every now and then, because if there's something that needs to be corrected, then we might want to spend some time, even though we're not doing this like you would officially do meetings at board meetings and all of that. But if there's still some corrections that you see that needs to be made, then let me know that. Valerie has a financial report, so she'll walk us through that. And then the main thing is for us to work on the vision statement. So Roy, I'm assuming you're going to kind of guide us through that. Thank you for the research that you did that we were able to send out to everybody. And then the only other thing I can think of is, before we leave, we might want to decide, we talked about having an annual family meeting and what we've accomplished. I'm not sure that we're at a place to do that, but I want us to decide, what do we do now that we're at the end of this first year? Do we do something to kind of bring everybody up to speed to what we've done so far? So that's a discussion piece. And do we approach people to invite them? I think last time we said, we may not need to know that. They already know that we're starting in January. So I just wanted to bring that up again. And then if there's anything else that you can think of that we need to do next steps, so that we're clear on what our next steps are. So this is kind of what I saw, how I saw us using our time. What do you think? Does this work? Valerie's shaking his head. Dale said yes. Roy, does this work? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So were there any, I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to look at the November meetings, but was there anything there that was inaccurate or anything that I had to change? You didn't see anything, Valerie? Nobody saw anything? Okay, so then that's good. So what we're gonna do, Valerie, is have you do the financial report. So I'm gonna stop sharing, and then bring, because I don't think I can do that from here. I think I have to stop share, and then tell me which one you want to show first, Valerie. Can't hear you. Can't hear you, Valerie.
It doesn't matter which one you bring up first. Well, bring up the balance sheet.
Okay.
Because you can't bring up both of them.
Not at this.
Okay.
Well, let me see.
Don't complicate it. Just pull one and pull up the other. Yeah, don't.
Yeah. It's easier to bring up. Yeah.
Shoot, girl. That's true. Shoot. Okay, I gotta do this first. Open it. Yeah, there's got to be an easier way, guys. I probably need to do some training at some point to figure out how to do that. But all right, this is the bank statement, Valerie.
Well, the bank statement is just a bank statement.
Okay.
This shows as of November, end of November, this is how much we have in the bank, and for November, we made $1.16 in interest.
Oh man, I need $300. Can I get $300?
I mean, so that's kind of self-explanatory. So balance sheet is probably what we need to look at more than this.
Than the bank statements. Okay.
I mean, because the bank statement gives the amount, the balance sheet shows you how we got to that amount.
Okay, so stop share here. Let's do a bank statement.
Did everybody get a chance to look at the statement and the bank statement and the balance sheet?
Yes.
Okay, I mean, because, all right,
Why don't you go ahead, if you like, why don't you just go ahead and just report on what you see there? 'Cause I did take a look at it. I'm not quite sure if everybody else did though.
it,
Here it is. I'm sorry.
oh, mhm.
I thought I had it up. Okay.
All right, so this is just a balance sheet as of this December 8th. And so you all kind of already understand what the balance sheet is. It shows how much we've given, what to do on this date, which is $55, how much we're gonna owe, 105, how much we've paid into it, which is 210, 100, 105, 101, and the surplus. Because each week it goes down with when the amount of how much we owe goes up, the weekly surplus goes down. So as of November, Dale still owes $5. As of November 30th, and Roy and Donna still owes $4. Roy owes $0, and I'm ahead 105. That's the end of that. If there's any questions, and the interest is 191, which is accumulated every month.
Okay.
Which with the amount that we paid and the interest, it equals to 517.91.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Accept.
so we just need Donna. Well, Donna's already paid her 4. We just need Dale to pay his 5 before December 31st.
No, not gonna do it.
You have to send out a bill statement, a bill,
That's right.
a bill collection.
That's right. Because starting January 1st, that first week, we're gonna start the plan all over again. So the sheet's gonna look different.
Mhm.
This is gonna start with the total amount that we owe, which is gonna be, I think, 1,000. Let me see, now I have to pull it up. But at the beginning of the year, it starts with the 52 week.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And we'll see that amount in what column,
You'll
Valerie?
see that in the total amount due. Where you see $55,
Okay, yep.
it'll be the total amount due from January to December of 2023.
Okay, good.
All of the totals that we paid will still be there.
Okay. Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Feels good to have that $517 in there, guys.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank
Yeah.
you. So the next thing there, Roy, was to talk about the family vision definition and all of that. So I'm gonna pull that up and kind of let you take over for there. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
This section is actually a brainstorming session for everyone. Okay. So feedback is encouraged by everyone here. And what I wanted to do in the report that you guys got is really give some kind of definition to the what a vision and mission statement would be. That's why you see it here. And it really actually starts first with a vision, then a mission that follows up. Did you guys get a chance to read this at all?
Mhm.
Pretty much. Okay, so basically, as you can see, the vision is what's your hopes and dreams? What problems you want to solve for the greater good? Who are you trying to inspire? It's basically sort of that overall aspirational statement that you have. Okay, and so that's the broad statement. Then, as you go down into the a mission, I'm abbreviating only because you guys said you saw this already, but mission is really taking it a step further. It actually follows through from the vision statement. Okay, it's what do we do? Who do we serve? How do we serve them? Basically, it's sort of trickles down from that. we wanted to give you guys a little bit of an example of a few companies. And actually, Donna and I were looking at various companies when we were going through this, and these two that you have in front of you we thought it was short and precise and clear, and that you would get it like right away. I mean, so you could see, for example, Amazon's vision statement, I'm going to say vision because that's where it should be first. To be the Earth's most consumer-centric company where customers can find and discover anything. Let's see, I got something's in the way. I can't read that. Let me stay there.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So basically, so they can discover anything they might want to buy online. I mean, you can clearly see their vision just by our experience, right? And the mission is we strive to offer customers the lowest price, the best available selection, and at the utmost convenience. I mean, they are clearly, that just makes all the sense in the world with Amazon, if you can agree. I mean, it's as the statement says, it's cut and dry. And it takes the offering farther by saying the company will be offering anything consumers want. So you see how clear that is? Okay. And that's a big company, very brief. Let's look at
So the vision kind of deals with the why, and the mission kind of deals with the how, right?
no, the vision is what you want to be, what you see yourself as.
Yeah, your why, the motive.
Correct. Right.
The
And then the
inspiration.
mission, once again, it follows after that. It's almost like you said, it's how or what. Okay.
Okay.
Then you see Tesla as another. Just use this as another example. To create the world's, to create the most compelling car company in the 21st century by driving the world's transition to electric vehicles, and mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. That's the mission. So you can see how, once again, the word accelerate in the mission serves as a way of driving the force of Tesla, and then Wyboli stating the best in the century to reflect these lofty dreams within the vision. Now, this is company, and these are huge companies. And so what Donna and I decided to do is, at least as we kind of brainstorm what ours should be, is to kind of give you a sort of a starting point. So like you see here, one of the starting points we had to establish a financial family legacy that will last for generations as a vision and mission to provide a family resource in time of need. All right. That is sort of a discussion starting point. Who's going to take notes, by the way?
Anna's recording, so she's gonna go back and revamp it after it's over.
Pardon me?
Donna's recording all of this, so she's going to go back and
Oh, okay, that's good. All right, so I wanted to give you an example I just scribbled down this morning, just to kind of generate some discussion, if you don't mind. So
And I wrote a statement too, because I didn't know if we were supposed to be writing mission statements so that we can combine them or what. So I did the
that's
same
very
thing.
good.
Here's an idea, guys. Let me stop share here.
since you had Roy leading this, why don't you let him finish his thoughts before
What I was going to do was maybe encourage putting his thought in writing so that we all could see it.
No,
let him finish before he loses.
no, not yet. No.
Okay.
So what I want people to do is kind of like hear it and then feel it, and then we can go from there. And I was hoping that everyone had their thoughts on each one. And I'm glad that Valerie said she wrote hers down. Donna, I don't know if you did or Dale, but I'll throw out my initial thought, and then everybody throws their out, and then we can sort of fashion something that makes sense. Okay. So my just written out, scribbled vision was establish a generational family legacy that will provide financial support for unexpected emergencies or charitable donations that impact the lives of others. I'll repeat it. Establish a generational family legacy that will provide financial support for unexpected emergencies and charitable donations impacting the lives of others. Okay. Let's just stay there and then talk about everybody else's examples.
That's the vision, right?
That's a vision.
Okay.
Okay. Now, okay, why generational family legacy? I don't know if it's a redundant with legacy, but I wanted to make sure that there was something that was beyond us, that we're establishing long term. That's one. And then I also wanted to have something that dealt with financial as the key ingredient, financial support. And I don't know if I took it a step further or not, but when I put unexpected emergencies or charitable donations, I didn't know how to say that this morning in any other way, because I'm thinking that our first goal in my mind was to establish a way that we could tap into each other if there was an emergency or there was a time of need, that we had some place to go internally, first to ask. And then the charitable donations, I didn't know how else to say that, but there may be something down the line where we want to donate to a certain cause that, it's not established yet, but maybe there's a cause or something that we as a family want to donate in order to be a part of this, especially as we grow huge or bigger. That was my thoughts on that. Now I'll shut up.
I wish I could see that. I'm so visual. I wish we could have that typed up, because I was trying to write as you were talking. So
Okay.
That's what I was gonna do, was to bring up like a blank sheet of paper and then maybe type up his so that we could visually see it.
Can you do it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Why don't we do it?
Okay.
Yeah, and then we can wordsmith. If you guys are very good at that. So let's see.
Let me do a blank sheet, because I had one that was mine, but okay, so I'm gonna pull up a blank sheet, Roy, and screen share. Valerie, I wish, because you probably type faster than I do, but
Not really, but
screen share.
yeah, I could have submitted it earlier, maybe. Okay.
No, it's okay. I like your strategy. We can
All
go
right.
as in type in. Okay, so give it to me again, Roy.
All right, so establish a family, or let's say, I said generational family legacy, but I don't know if that's redundant or not.
Well, put it down. We can always change it,
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that will provide financial support for unexpected emergencies and charitable donations impacting the lives of others.
Charitable donations
In the life of others.
in the life of others.
Yeah,
in the life.
Oh, see, I told you, Valerie.
Yep, that's what next time I'm so good.
Mm-hmm.
That's vision.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Okay,
Okay, yeah, now maybe we could have others, put theirs in there too.
okay.
I'm gonna put, what, because I think all of ours are gonna probably be about the same thing. Mine was also to create with love, a family legacy
Uh,
from personal revenue resources with the goal of establishing um, um, wealth management, financial assistance, entrepreneurial, and investment opportunities.
Yeah, this is good to put everything down and Donna, title this section on top of the, just title that vision, yeah. Um,
Vision brainstorming.
yeah, just write the vision and then I want, after you guys share yours, then I want us to put what we put down as a mission. And then we'll see both. How we
Oh, I
approach
didn't
both.
work on mission. I thought we were just working on
That's
vision.
fine. That's fine. I at least got one for
Okay,
that.
okay,
And then- Okay.
okay. Do you have something, Dale?
Mine is kind of longer.
It's okay.
Because I think I might have went about it wrong, but I'll just read it as is.
Mhm.
The Cowan legacy family is dedicated
Don't go so fast.
Okay.
to being a source of support
Mm. Source.
to all branches of the Cowan bloodline.
All branches of the Cowan bloodline. Okay.
We are dedicated to help one another both spiritually and financially through the creation of the organization called whatever we call it. And so I kind of went, like I say, we will work together.
Okay.
And so I say mine went kind of long, so I just
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, keep
Yeah,
going.
Uh-huh.
Just keep
Yeah.
going.
Mm-hmm.
find the best way,
To find the, okay,
the
okay.
best way of supporting one another and building a support line that will last for generations to come.
Okay. It's good.
Done?
Okay.
Copy and paste it in there.
Hmm?
I was telling her copy and paste it since you already had it written.
Yeah,
down.
that's what I'm getting ready to do because I wrote mine out, so I'm gonna grab it and
It'll probably be 2 paragraphs.
no, I had 2 ideas though. I'm
What
not
I like
always.
about this is that I love all of our different thoughts, and that I know that we'll be able to get a good one, out of the way this is positioned, and also through some of these statements, there's a mission that comes out of that.
Hmm.
There's some mission approaches that come out of these statements, and we can talk about that in a second. Okay.
Okay. These were two. Through the grace of God, our family embraces the never give up spirit and experience a legacy of generational financial freedom to use their personal gifts, talents, and knowledge to accomplish personal dreams, professional goals, and impacting the lives of others. Through a generational financial legacy, we support family members to survive, excel in their life endeavors, as well as serve as a beacon of God's love to others, or as well as support causes dear to our heart, or as well as be a blessing to others, or, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to end the sentence. Or as well as impacting the lives of others.
Okay. All right, that's good. So just put
Oops.
below that mission.
Okay.
And I'll just give one because it is short.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see. Okay, so the mission that and I'm not expecting you guys to have this one, but the mission is like an action that follows behind that to create a substantial income resource.
Substantial. Oh, substantial. I just went brain freeze.
SUB.
Huh?
SUBSTAN.
It is spelled correct.
IAL.
Income resource that continues to grow. Forget year to year, forget that. It continues to grow, funded by family and future investments.
Future.
Basically, it's like, how are we going to do this? Now, out of everything that that said, what is it that we like about each other's sections that we'd like to make sure we incorporate in some way in vision?
Legacy, of course.
Yeah, so maybe highlight some of that, Donna, when you're, because I think that comes up a few times. So, you can put legacy.
I'm gonna put
Family
it
legacy.
Family legacy in like a blue, a different color.
Well, okay.
Doesn't matter. Okay. Whoops. Not underlined.
Just go. Okay.
Huh? Just bold it.
Just bold it.
Okay.
And then let's see. I see it here in create love and family legacy. That's in there again. The second line down.
Oh, family legacy. Okay.
Yeah, you see, that's something that stands out, and that's another place.
Computer is fighting me. My computer's fighting me.
Well, just go down to the bottom of the mission and just type it in family legacy. It would be quicker.
Yeah, because I don't know why okay. So words that jump out at us.
Yeah.
Family legacy.
Yeah, because Dale's got Cowan legacy, that's in there. Everybody's got that stands out. Okay. Go back to the top.
Yeah.
Financial, obviously that stands out.
Yeah, personal, family.
You want each of us to kind of look at this and tell you what jumps out at us, or just,
Yeah, yeah, because when I'm, what does jump out is here's the thing that came to my mind right away, just listening to everyone and seeing it.
Gotta
Mhm.
go to the top. You're going up and down. It's hard to read it. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, so there's a more emotional, you see the emotional links that people have in theirs that could be a part of, let's say, for example, the one that I have is more straightforward, blah, 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 blah. And the other ones have an emotional link and tie. And which is cool too. I mean, this is what's kind of standing out when I look at this. Um, you know, when I also, the goals of establishing a wealth management and financial assistance, that is like to me, is maybe more like a mission,
Okay.
because that might be something that follows. And that's why I wanted to make sure we keep this, because we could put that maybe as a part of mission.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying.
well, not to do it now? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
just keep
Okay.
it. I'm just talking because you guys may totally disagree, and that's what we want as we brainstorm.
Mhm.
See generation. I mean, what do you see, guys? Because I can talk all day. What do you?
Now, I read the vision statement, so I'm not.
I think it'll be,
Is the vision supposed to be a short? Is it usually lengthy, or is it short? Because that's what helped determine what you really want to put in
It's
it.
not really a very lengthy statement. It's even as you read this, vision statement gives company direction. It is the future of the business, which then provides the purpose. The statement is about what you want to become. It's aspirational. You hear me? So it's what you want to become. What is it that you want to become? What are you about? What's your hopes and dreams? What problems are you trying to solve for the greater good? I mean, it should be more of a think of it, I guess, in this way. It should be maybe a shorter, more concise. This is why it takes a long time to do this, by the way, guys. Even in big meetings. I mean, they get all the wording and they kind of shrink it to something that makes a point. And so when you read it, I mean, if each one of you could say like one or two things, what is it that you want this to look like?
Go up, Donna. You're missing some of the wording.
okay. And usually what, 2 or 3 sentences at most, right, Roy?
Yeah, it should probably be no more. It should be either 1 to 2, boom, sentences. Now we can play with it. I mean, it doesn't have to. It's not a. If it's longer, it's longer. You know what I'm saying? Don't get stuck on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are were you looking for us to, what, Roy, tell you what words jump
Well,
out at us as
Well,
we
what
look
I
at
what I
this?
wanted everyone to do, since we have it all written down,
Mhm.
I'm trying to see what are the similarities, and then what kind of statement we would want to have as a part of this. See, because okay, I'll say this, and I'm gonna shut up here. You've got a vision, which is big. You got a mission, which kind of describes how you're gonna do that briefly. But then you remember you've got objectives. Our goal is to X. our goal is to, and you can have multiple objectives. And then you have strategies in order to help accomplish that. So these things that are written, it can still all be a part of the whole package. It's just that when we're on vision, it should probably be a little bit more concise.
Then I would say family legacy, to provide, I would say financial support for.
Let's see, through
Yeah.
financial. Everybody has some good ways of saying this. Yeah. Let's see, through financial support, we support the family.
Can I tell you the words that jumped out at me that I liked?
Yes.
I liked the supporting all branches of the bloodline. I liked the emotional piece that would add something like created with love, or embrace our family, or, you know, those action feeling kind of words. I like the what was it that we work to the way of, I like the find the best way of supporting one another. I liked that. I tried to, when Dale said that, you know, I was trying to figure out a way of saying, how do we support each other so that we can accomplish dreams and goals and, you know, whatever. But I like the way that's worded. We find the best way of supporting each other. You know, those are just kind of words that kind of jump out at me.
That sounds like our mission.
Go ahead.
Mm.
I kind of see what Roy was saying, you know, as far as the mission statement just being real simple, you know, and then the vision will kind of explain it. You know, mission statement could be something simple, like to be a source of support for family for generations to come. That's our mission. That's what we want to do. Okay, how are we going to do that? And then mission.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
To do that, you know, we'll tell you how you're going to accomplish that. So like the mission, I mean, the vision statement could be just real simple, to be a source of support for family for generations to come. You know, how you going to do that mission? Fall under that. I don't know. That's just a thought that came to me.
No, yeah.
Yep, I like that. You know, establish a generational family legacy of support for generations. That, I mean, and then
Say it again, Valerie. Say it again.
The mission would break that down, right? That's what you're saying, Roy?
Yeah.
So if we just says, you know, something like like Dale was saying, a finance. Donna, go back up to the top.
Well, I'm trying to type what you said. Okay. So you write it down so you can repeat it. Okay.
I was just looking at the first line.
Okay.
To create a family legacy that will provide financial support for generations. Or I don't know.
Yeah, keep going, because that's close. To create. You know, I mean, I like the words of, you know, with love and all that. Is that a given? The family to create with love. Let's see, dedicate. Let's see, through the
What about, if a vision is just saying what we're doing, that's what we're doing. We're creating a family legacy to provide financial assistance for generations for,
Mhm.
Mhm.
For generations to come.
to come. I
Do we
mean,
need to be a little bit more specific for unexpected emergencies and charitable? I mean, because the vision, the mission is still the inspiration. It's still the, when you look at the vision statement for Tesla, we're gonna be in we're gonna create the electric cars for the world. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it, it gives you this vision that when you look at it, it motivates you because it's like, wow.
Yeah, so the unexpected emergencies, I don't like that as much as what I saw someone else write in here. And I'm trying to look for it, but it was more aspirational. Let's see. Building support or personal resources.
Family members to survive and excel in life.
No.
You know, when we were talking about this last week, or not last week, whenever, last meeting, there was something that Roy said, that kind of, struck a light to me, that why did we want to even do this? Why are we trying to create this type of family legacy or family organization? What was the motivator? And the motivator was that, we wanted to be able to help one another. That's what the whole thing originated out of. So our mission is pretty much that. How you would word it, I don't know, but that's what our mission is. To be a source of support for one another, and it can grow from that. But this is what is our initial mission? What's going to be our initial mission probably for the next few years.
Right.
It's not going to be this grand idea, for the next few years until we get established. We can always change a mission statement if we grow beyond what our mission statement, says about it. So I'm thinking that we need to create something for the now. What do we want, this thing to be now, and then let it grow.
But don't the vision statement point to where you want to go? The vision statement, isn't that where you're painting the picture of where you're wanting to go?
Or is that the mission? I'm confused.
No, that's the vision. That's the
okay.
vision.
Okay, so once again, if you had that the vision and mission statement, if you have take a look at that, because it is a fine line, but it is a distinct line, because one is the dream, okay, and the dream is in reality is being able to have a way of being able to support the family, being a way to be the first place to support the family in either, let's say, time of need or
I think, to me, the mission, and I agree with all of you, I think to me, the mission is like Dale and Roy was saying, we wanted to create a legacy that will provide financial assistance for generations to come. That's the vision.
keep that right what she just said, what Valerie just said. Is very short and sweet, but
how we get there is the mission, right?
yeah. So just how
Can you
she
say it
just said
again? Can you say it again,
she
Valerie?
doesn't forget it because she's old.
I said to create a family legacy that will provide financial assistance for generations to come. Is that our vision?
Wait a minute. I want to get the words, Valerie. A family legacy that will provide
financial assistance.
Oh, okay.
For generations to come.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I mean, when I was looking at it, that's what I thought what we were doing also. The others, I got a little bit confused as to mission and vision.
Mhm.
But uh, that to me is what we're trying to do, aren't we?
Well, that's why I wanted to. I know there was a lot of emotional statements that are leading into it, but in reality, that was my thoughts too. That was the thoughts that Dale had initially too. You know, the main goal when we first started is to be able to provide financial support or assistance, for generations to come. It's like, to me, that's lofty because it's not like today. We're building something now for the future.
Mhm.
And yeah, and that's the core of it. But if anybody wants to add some emotional to it, they can. But this is really the meat, I think.
Yeah, and I think financial assistance is if you're in a emergency, if you need assistance to go to college, if you're trying to start a business. I mean, the notion of financial assistance is broad enough, that it can incorporate any number of things that we might want it to incorporate in the future.
In the mission, if I'm understanding, because the mission is how to, right? And whom
Yeah.
do.
Right. And it's a statement too, but it's more actionable.
Mhm.
So
I mean, do we want to add something to, I mean, yeah.
I think it's good.
Dale?
Yeah, I was just sitting there, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, I like it. But I didn't know if there was another piece that needed to be in there. Is that all we're gonna do is provide financial? Sometimes it might not be financial. It might be somebody coming to us with an idea or something that they want to do, and we might be able to, as a family group, be able to give them support. And it might be that that's a bad idea.
well, the one thing that I liked about how the statement was to create a family that provide financial assistance for generations to come, that consistent assistance could be, I'm losing my house, I need a couple grand, or I need this, or maybe the financial assistance could be a donation of some sort, or some charity that we wanted to. Yeah, I mean, it's broad enough in its statement, but if you feel like we need to spell it out a little bit more,
I see what
Give
Dale
us
is
some
saying. That
wording,
may
give us some wording, Dale.
yeah, maybe there's a wording in
Give
there
us some
that
wording,
yeah.
Dale.
can you scroll back up to the
Yeah, I wanted to scroll up and see how he said it earlier.
yeah.
Because a source of support is not just financial. It could be training. It could be
Uh,
Well,
hmm.
because people who start a business, or who were over businesses like Roy, down the valley got started businesses. People might just be coming and needing that kind of an idea of support with that. So I'm just saying it could be a lot of things, but I think the general statement is good. And like you said, in the mission, you can kind of probably describe a lot of different ways how you could do that. I was just thinking of something like, spiritually and financially or something, so that it's covering, not just financial, it's also covering, if there's
No,
something that's not financial.
I don't see anything wrong with that,
me
spiritual and
neither.
financial.
Yeah, I'm okay with that too.
Spiritually fine. Do we want to include because what you said, somebody wanted help in terms of how to start a business, for example. Would it be, that's not spiritual, that's more
Financial.
Yeah, but that's financial, but there's also educational.
But that's
Uh,
mission. Aren't we going into, are we going into mission as to how we're going to do it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the mission is a broader statement. When we get into strategies, objectives, strategies, etc.,
Mhm.
those are the areas that are going to change. Those are the areas in which you can have an objective now for a period of time, but then you can change it, you can adjust it.
Okay.
But those objectives and strategies still have to tie into what your mission and your visions are. You see?
Here, I'll
So-
say this and then I'll leave it. That's the reason why I like the word source of support,
Yeah.
because that's broad enough to
Mhm.
include spiritual, is broad enough without being specific. You
Mhm.
know, whatever support a family member needs, you know, that we would work to, and so that's the reason why I like that phrase, source of support.
You can see it.
Okay,
Write the
how would you
statement
put it
down so
in?
we can see it.
Mhm.
Say that, Dale?
I was telling Donna to write her statement down so we can see what she's talking about.
Yeah. So put that in there somewhere.
To provide, I don't know where to put it.
Can you copy and paste it down there, and we'll put it in there. You know how
Uh,
good. And,
Copy and paste.
that area that you said, source of support,
Okay. Okay.
and then put it down there. To provide. Maybe-
Financial assistance and
And right there, yeah, right in there, maybe.
Yeah.
Mhm. And a source of support.
mm,
I don't like where that is.
uh,
No,
Yeah, I like the concept. It doesn't flow as,
I'm looking at what provide.
let me see. To provide financial.
Or surprise, what provide support through financial,
Or let's say, create a financial family legacy that provides. No, let's see.
I like source of support coming after that before.
yeah.
Yeah,
provide-
yeah.
No, a family legacy that will provide.
a
What is-
source of support.
That will provide
To provide.
support. I would say will provide support. What is that for?
Through
Through financial assistance. I don't know.
spiritual and financial assistance.
In reality, is actually it's financial.
Okay.
So I think if you position it spiritual, it probably needs to be before that.
Mm.
I mean, we're all going to be providing everybody with spiritual. That's how this was even created. Through spiritual and financial. What's spiritual and financial? Explain that. If you put it in there, explain that, because I might not be seeing it.
Yeah, somehow it's almost like at some point, how do we put God in it?
I know that's what we're.
You know, how do we put God in it? So that it's clear that it's good, God inspired.
Now, when you do a mission, can you start with a paragraph that has God emphasis on it?
I think if you have an emphasis, spiritual emphasis, it should probably be in your vision.
On the vision, all right.
And then,
And that's what we're working on, is the vision, right?
yeah. Big family.
Faith based, God based. I don't know.
I mean, everything is there. So create a spiritual family, a God based,
Faith-based?
um,
Oh,
let's see, that provides support through financial.
A Christian family legacy?
Mm-mm,
No.
I don't know, maybe.
So you don't have a Muslim family member 50 years down the road.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't see it.
provide support through spiritual and financial assistance for generations to come. And this,
Through financial and
Through
spiritual.
through spiritual and financial assistance.
you know,
That provides
Okay.
support through spiritual and financial.
Assistance for generations to come.
Yeah.
Provide support through spiritual and financial assistance for generations. That's good.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Just take the space out. That's why it's there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Just back it.
yeah, just backspace. Yeah.
What do you think?
That's a vision. I like it.
See how hard that is? Was it easy? But it's beginning to make some sense, right?
uh-huh.
Does everybody else like it?
I mean, so far it looks clear to me.
Mhm.
The through spiritual, all that means really is that we pray for that we're doing the right things. Through spiritual and financial, I mean, we're going to support each other spiritually,
Mhm.
you know, and not just financial. That's where Dale was coming from. It's we're not just going to throw money at you.
Mhm.
Having a conversation.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I like the fact that we include support. Yeah, that resonates. The only thing with spiritual is, again, because we're creating something that's going to last 50 years. Spiritual
okay.
can spiritual
I don't care.
can
No,
mean
me either,
I don't
Donna.
care. I
You don't care?
absolutely don't care. Yeah, spiritual should be it. That's who we are. That's the way it started.
No,
That's
no,
who,
no, 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 no.
oh.
What I'm saying is that to protect this going further,
Mhm.
and I'll just say this, and if I'm the only one that feels this, then we move on. Is that I don't want a Muslim saying spiritual, or someone from, for me, I wanted Jesus. And so spiritual can be used in this day and age. My truth, your truth. It doesn't, in the end, it won't look like Christianity.
Let me ask you this then, Donna. If something happened in 10 years from now and a person wanted to even give money, I'm not saying this is a part of our mission, give money to this organization to help our family legacy, and they're Muslim, we would not accept it.
Mm.
So I think spiritual and financial assistance for generations to come doesn't close the door. If we want to put in our mission statement that we're Christian based or whatever, as we're breaking down our mission, I think that's fine. But
Okay.
I mean, that's just me.
Okay. I just threw it out there for discussion.
I mean, that's just me. What does everybody else feel? I'll shut up.
I just figured that, spiritual, that it can have many forms. It could be religious, or it could just mean me supporting you, or me talking to you about whatever it is that you think that you want to do at the time. And so we're giving you some type of support that's not necessarily financial. It may eventually end up being financial, but it may not. So I'm just saying, so you're leaving it open So that it's just not all financial. All we're gonna do is just gonna give money to whoever, we deem is worthy. So I mean, conversations and stuff. Just saying that there'll be some kind of conversation and talk. It might be religious. Somebody say, "I want to open up a code or something." So I'm just saying, but just putting it in there. I think it can have many meanings. And I don't know if you need to be as specific. I mean, you don't want to do like everybody doing and taking Christ out of everything. That's not what we're trying to do. But I don't know.
Mhm.
I mean, I like it, and that's just my opinion.
Then this is my, because I'm good with it. I served on the board at the YWCA at some point here in the zoo. And what was interesting was that in the conversation of that board, they said, we started off as a Christian organization, but what we're doing now has nothing to do, it has no flavor of Christianity at all. And that we have strayed from the initial founding father's heart. And that was a real concern from some of the board members, but because they did not structure it in such a way to protect it, there were a number of other people on the board that it didn't matter. So they were okay with the fact that they were straying away from Christian principles in terms of how they operated. But there were some folks that said this was not how it was initially created. But that was 100 years ago. But they didn't, when the Y was first set up. So that's only I remember that conversation. So that's the only reason why I'm saying, oh my goodness, I would not want 100 years from now, Jesus tarries, for people to stray from our heart because it wasn't clear. So even if it's not in the vision statement, like Valerie said, we might want to at some place state, something so God's in it somewhere.
Mhm.
So I'm coming from that experience in terms of my reaction. So other than that, if I'm the only one, then I'm okay.
Then what are you trying to say as a wording in the vision? I mean,
I like the way it is.
I do too, but
I think when you start adding a lot of other stuff, then then it just like, remember how we built this? We were all over the place, and then we just squeezed it down to a very succinct statement that incorporates spiritual and financial as a part of it. I think that's who we are. And so if you wanted to add Christianity or something like that in it, maybe that could be a part of a mission or another, or a strategy or whatever, if that helps. But
yeah, for me, it would give me peace if it's somewhere in our documents. So it doesn't have to be here. I'm just stating that would be important for me to have God in here somewhere clear. Somewhere. Other than that, then I'm
when you
comfortable.
read this statement, it says to create family legacy that will provide support through spiritual and financial assistance for generations to come. Who are we providing a support and assistance to? We're assuming it is family. I'm just saying, that's all. It's a little anal, but I don't mind it staying the same way that where it is.
I don't have a problem with it either.
Okay. All right. Want to vote?
I guess we should vote on this, right?
I mean, Dale, are you good with it too?
And I like it.
I mean, I like to see, once we break down the mission, then that's a whole different thing, right, Roy?
Yeah. It carries to the next stage.
Mm-hmm.
So okay.
Because objective, we could break down spiritual and objectives once we get to that point. I don't know
Mhm.
if that's important. I mean, so one step at a time, huh?
One step
Yeah.
at a time. I'm good with it.
All right.
And like
That's
Dale
all.
said, we can always come back and tweak it later.
Yeah, and I love that we have these words that are already typed up in
Mhm.
here, because I think we're gonna be able to steal some stuff in there when we start talking about mission.
Mhm.
Um,
You want to lead us into a vote, Roy, then?
all in favor?
I,
I,
All right, there we go.
mm,
I know that.
All right.
Okay.
So
Well,
next,
that's a good start. It'd be interesting if we do tweak it down the line, but when we establish this is supposed to stay.
Mhm.
And then the flexibility starts coming into play when you are dealing with your objectives and your strategies and what you're trying to do, and because it could change from year to year, quarter to quarter.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It depends upon where we are financially. We may not want to give up any money.
mm,
I mean, but that's not the mission. The mission is to be able to establish that.
Mhm.
So anyway, so why don't you want to deal with the mission a little bit or not at this point?
It's 1:12. So what are people?
Oh, I'm sorry. We gotta be because I gotta do something with my car anyway, but
Mhm.
So what are you thinking we should go next, Roy? Where
okay,
you?
so here's what I'm thinking. We did a good job in creating this vision statement. I think we should submit mission statements in advance
Okay.
and then have it written down. So then when we talk again, we can talk right from, the comments, and you might be able to get through it a little bit quicker.
Okay.
Okay.
What do
So-
you think?
So
yeah,
when do you think we should have it in? I like the idea. When do you think would be a good idea to submit that?
I think as soon as possible. Or you may want to give it a few days in order to kind of rattle it off in our heads here, since this is the first time that you had a chance to see how this was built this way. But that mission statement, I would look at that we submitted earlier once again and see how that one flows into from the vision to the mission. Look at that again, and then see how our statements that we'll put together and submit in, make sense.
Okay.
Mission again, once again, it's the what do we do? Whom do we serve? How do we serve them? So it's almost like it's the what and how after the vision. And so I saw a lot of that, some of that in some of the other statements that you guys already submitted. But now that you kind of know it, we can kind of play with that a little bit and then add it in there.
Well, let me ask, can I ask one question? Okay, from this, where does objectives fall in?
Okay, so once this is done, okay, once the mission has been established, once again, it's an overall. You see what I'm saying here on the Tesla or Amazon, okay, and I'm just going to use Amazon. Their vision was to to be the Earth's customer-centric company, where customers can find and discover anything that they might want to buy. That's huge. In a quick statement, their mission is to strive to offer customers the lowest possible price, best value, and selections at the most convenient way. That's huge. Okay, so now that's a statement. So now, as a company, they have objectives. So what are their objectives? So their objectives, maybe during the first phase, we want, maybe our objectives are financial. You know what I mean? Make the objectives is to be able to have X amount of money, through the first year. Objectives is, and then the strategy how to do that is like we're doing, adding money. And then what may end up happening later is maybe there's some other investment things that we might discover through interest, is through other resources. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It kind of builds your business plan from that. So let's say that first quarter we had some objectives we put in there, and we see that we accomplished those. If we accomplish them, then you're going to end up having another level of objectives the next quarter, or maybe it's a year, and then we evaluate how we do a year. It's a way of being able to have a report card. So it's all action now.
Action
So
steps.
you got me?
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
So
I think I do.
okay, so
An action step with Amazon could be pick the first 10 products that will sell.
yeah, and the action could be, that's right, exactly. There may be, these are the products that we want to sell. Okay, then how do we get that message out, to the consumer? Okay, the strategy could be, through marketing or through some online or whatever. And then it could be what is our, and then an objective could be to make sure that our goals are 20% increase in X by X period. Okay, and then they let it go. They do the steps tactically, and then they see how did we accomplish it. You see what I'm saying? So our objectives may be for the first year. The goal is to be able to establish X amount of dollars in the fund by year end. Okay, is an objective. Strategy, these are simple because it's at starting point. Strategy is through our funding, that each family member will contribute X. Okay. And which is a part of the plan anyway. And then and then our own tactics basically is really doing what we're doing until we get to that point. Because right now we are really trying to generate income, money. That's really the main goal right now, right? Am I okay? So there's no donations, there's no
Financial assistance.
financial thing that we're linked into. There's nothing. Our pure goal now is money.
Saving.
And so how much money can we generate the first full year? That could be the goal, the objective. That's not a mission, you see. It's an objective. In order to accomplish our mission of having a substantial financial resource. You know what I mean? And then down the line, we may have a discussion about, should we take some of this money and maybe put it in this form or do this or whatever. That's a whole different discussion. And then we establish goals and objectives from that. But right now what's our mission? What do we want to accomplish? No one can come in here and say, well, you know what, I just want to, I want to do this or do that. Does it tie into our objectives or to our mission and our vision? It's kind of the backbone as a starting point, I guess.
And missions are usually short too. They're not long.
Yeah, the mission statements can be, some people, get very wordy, and you can. So it should be succinct is all I can say to you. I mean, it could, even if it's longer, it should be succinct. And I would caution behind having so much fluff. That's my caution. That's all. I mean, because it's like, we're very emotional people. The Cowans are, with love and with it. Okay. We know with love, we just get to the
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 meat.
point of what we're trying to accomplish. And if in here you want to put spiritual, something spiritual or something that relates to with the with our Christian, with something Christianity wise or something like that,
Our values.
you can incorporate that part as a part of of a mission overall, and that way it captures it, and we won't have to mention it anymore because
Okay,
it's there.
okay, okay.
Some organizations will list their values.
Yeah,
And so values, it could be a place where you mentioned, we value Christian concepts, we value love, we value, so that could be a way of communicating the heart.
In the mission?
No, value statements. That's a whole separate thing.
Oh, okay, all right.
yeah, I'm not there yet on that one, but the
Yeah.
I deal with a lot of companies. It's funny, even in business I'm in, it's really interesting when I see a company, and you know what the company does, this faith-based plumbing company. Then I know that there's some Christianity in there. They're God-fearing. But when they want people to know that they're faith-based or they're a Christian, whatever, it's that's who they are. They don't have to say anything else, it. So if there's a way that we can maybe incorporate that in mission, as a faith-based or as a Christian-based, blah 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 blah, something that adds a connection there. And in that way, they know this is where we're coming from.
Okay. All right.
I mean, if we get donations or something like that, I mean, it's going to probably be out of the, Christianity, helping others, helping people, helping the poor, helping people. And I'm talking about beyond just help assisting ourselves when we need it, but am I making any sense?
Yeah.
All right.
So
So
would you
next
say,
step,
would
so
you
next
say?
step,
Mhm.
next step, everybody submit a mission statement before the next meeting,
Okay.
and then for us to review, and then we will approve that.
Okay.
Okay.
You mean we'll discuss it at our next meeting?
We'll build it just like we did.
Okay.
We'll discuss it and create one.
Okay. All right.
And when should our next meeting be?
That'll be January.
Third week in January?
Second week in January?
Third week, about 21st. How was that?
Why not the 14th? It's not gonna work for you?
I mean, I'm just trying to give people a chance to get through the holiday and minute.
You'll still be having your Christmas tree up.
Sure will. Till
Well,
March.
that's gonna be up to June.
I mean, I'm good for the 14th. I mean, what is everybody else? I just threw out that date.
And the 14th should be good. It should be after your New Year's hangover is over.
So the 14th?
You'll have bank statements by then?
Well, like they said, it's not dependent on my bank statements, but I will have the breakdown of the year, how much everybody owes, and the weekly breakdown, so that people will see each week what they should pay.
Okay.
So the 14th at noon.
Okay.
And so we're gonna send our mission statement. When should be the
Should probably shoot for maybe a week before then.
a week before then? So at least by the 7th.
Yeah, that way, don't have to think about it too much. You got other stuff you got to deal with,
Mhm.
but at least maybe a week or a few days before then, we get a chance to kind of eyeball it, and
Mhm.
it'll make that our conversation perhaps shorter, maybe.
Okay,
Good.
all right. Are we sending it to everybody or just to you?
You should send it to Donna, or because she
Mm-hmm.
I'll compile it all and send it all to
compile it, and then
everybody.
she'll send it out with the other information she normally does.
All right. So have it to Donna by the 7th.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Sounds
Alright.
good.
Mhm.
I really like the way we run our meetings, especially if staying on time is great. But the other thing is, I like that we're doing it serious.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mhm. That's right.
Like it's very family professional.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Well, put that in the mission statement. We're
Family professional. That's good.
Right.
Well, Roy, close us out in prayer.
Amen.
Dear Lord, we present ourselves to you in this new day, dedicate ourselves in all our activities to the honor and glory. All that we have and all that we'll become comes from thee. We wish to have your blessings in heaven, and also while we're here on earth. Bless us, today, each and every one of us, our families, and with love, patience. Give us the will, give us the direction. Make sure that we don't turn neither left nor right, but stay within thy will as we work ourselves through these wonderful actions. Everything we're doing is because of you.
Yes.
You're guiding us. We know that. So with a strong heart and strong love, thanks for your blessings. Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
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 Amen. And one last thing, if in my mission I use some of these words that we put in this thing, that's all right with everybody, ain't it?
That's why we got it in there. Exactly. Plagiarize yourselves, or Dale, or anybody, or Donna. I'm plagiarizing.
That's right.
Yeah.
So would it be helpful to have these minutes sent out before?
At least this
Okay.
page.
I'll send this out within the next week then.
Yeah, we can steal from this for sure.
Okay. I'll do that. Okay.
All right.
You better do it now, because Dale, he can write a book. I'm gonna steal from
Love
him.
my family. I love my family.
I'm stealing from you guys. That's for sure.
Thanks for all your work on this, Roy.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Great
Yeah.
holiday season.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good
Merry
holiday.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, that's
Merry
right.
Christmas. Merry
That's
Christmas.
right. That's right.
Leah put the tree up. We got the tree going.
All right.
Now I
Wow.
gotta go put some lights out.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
It's really only one of those flashing lights, the ones that kind of flash on the house.
Oh,
That's easy.
That's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
He only showed up in the trees.
Huh?
I done had one of those, but they only showed up in the trees.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, not on the house.
Yeah.
I haven't put it up since.
Yeah. We got one. We got a big old 7-foot tree from that comes out of a box, but it's pretty good.
Mhm.
Wow.
We got a deal on that one. It looks it's full, and it's got lights already in it. You plug it in, light. Boom.
How?
Yeah.
7 foot.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's not too tall. It's not.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's probably that tall.
Oh,
But we won't ask for pictures of it, because
Yeah,
We're still waiting for the other ones.
yeah, that's for sure. I'm pretty bad at that.
Mhm.
Send the pictures though, Roy, honestly.
All right.
Mhm. I have Leah do it. She's good at that stuff.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
because I was gonna ask you, I want to make sure I had Leia's correct cell phone number. Give it to me.
818
Mhm.
669
669
3348.
3348. Okay.
I gotta be honest. Sometimes I got Alzheimer's. Someone asks me that number, and I just will blank. One time, somebody asked me what my number is, and I blinked. What's my number? Because I don't call myself.
Oh, that's right.
What's your number? GALECOW.
There you go. All right, guys, take it easy.
All
I
right,
gotta,
y'all.
Okay.
gotta get
All
running.
right.
Okay.
Love you. Love
All right,
Love
you.
you. Be blessed,
Alrighty.
everybody.
Uh-huh.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.